Day number 2 inside of this warrior sprint. What's up, gentlemen? Jeremy Finlay here. Of course, you know who I am. Take a knee. This can mean so many different things, and I want you to go back to where you were at, whether you were virtual with us or whether you were in the room. The concept of take a knee is to submit to who you desire to become. For some of you, it was to submit to God. For some of you, it was to submit to your wife. Some of it was to submit to this new vision of you. Some of it was hard brass tacks like discipline, just submitting to the discipline, submitting to the work, submitting to the way. And some of you guys, it was submitting to this leap of faith, like, look, I'm not sure what I'm doing, but I'm going to go with it because I feel it. That's what day 2 is all about. So as we dive into this day, I'm about to roll a video here. I just want you to be present, man. Be present to the work that you did on this day. Be present to the struggle, you know, the focus, the lessons. Be present to the breakout rooms that you were inside of, whether you were virtual or some of the breakout groups that you got into if you were in the room with us. There was a lot of just opening up and just letting it out. I mean, like, dude, here's where I'm at. I'm submitting. I'm taking a knee to my life. Some of you, it was about taking a knee to God, finally, or repeatedly. Just like, look, you know, I've done this before, but I need to take a knee yet again. Regardless of where you're at, I just want to acknowledge you for what happened on day number 2. Because for you to be watching this video inside of this warrior sprint, it means that you really gave this a shot and you did take a knee. So thank you for doing that. Not just for me, but for your family, for yourself, for your business, and for the brotherhood. So we're about to roll this video. Garrett's going to walk you through critical decision number 2, which is taking a knee. And then I want you to revisit some of the work that you did on this day. Okay? 3, 2, 1, let's watch the video now.
Well, here we are, day number 2 and critical decision number 2. Yesterday we were hard on you. You fucking deserved it. The reality is someone's got to be hard on you. At the end of this, our greatest goal and mission is for you to be the hardest on you of anyone in your game. There should be no one that pushes you more than you push yourself. One of the key fundamental realities stepping into day number 2, you're starting to recognize here the power of men who live by a code. You're starting to recognize the power of men who choose to die deliberately and be reborn. You have heard from 3 powerful men and a series of panels supporting the conversation with me. Men who have not done small things, but men who have launched movements, teaching and inspiring and guiding, and many of you in this room have been called to do the same. Be honest with yourself. There are many of you that see me, you watch me, you see the men on this stage, and you know that God has called you to the same thing. You know that you've been called to teach, to lead, to inspire, and to liberate. Well, in order to pull that off, and lead at any level, we had to establish critical decision number 1 yesterday, which is a foundation of truth, something that you can count on, something that will not move. But today's a little different. Today we're going to make critical decision number 2, and that is we're going to take a knee. We're going to take a knee to 2 things. We're going to take a knee to God, to what God sees in you, to what you see in you. I'm going to take a knee to the possibility of who you could become. These 2 concepts of God and who you can become, they are not separate conversations. I don't want you to look at this under one particular container. For today, we will have many conversations. As Satema, AZ, Nick, and a series of other panelists come to the stage with me to guide you through this second stage in a weapon known as the Freedom Maps. Today we declare your independence from the incarceration of your current facts. Some of those facts are brilliant, some of those facts are beautiful, and some of those facts are absolute bold, in-your-face bullshit realities. Some of you sold the fuck out a long time ago. Some of you quit on yourself. You dominated in one area, but you fail in another, and you continue to tolerate your failure in that area. Here, we don't tolerate it. Here, you don't get to be a one-dimensional douchebag. Here, you don't get to be king of the fucking shitheads. Here in this place, we demand that you rise. But we demand that you rise to nothing more than what God has called you to be, which is ultimately abundant and free beyond captivity. And so today we're going to envision and make critical decision number 2. Today we're going to take a knee and allow the visions come to you. Allow the visions of you to come to you. See, my life, my home, my marriage, my family, my money, my body, all of this was visualized as possibility. This visualization and this specific execution that we will do today is all about guiding and painting you towards this possibility. It's showing you what is possible beyond what you think is impossible. Showing you that the impossible with the Warrior's Way system is not impossible. But this is going to require you to be honest again today. It's going to require you to take a knee to the fact that you have been settling for scraps. That you have been tolerating a life of mediocrity at a specific level in many areas, and some of you virtually and in person have been tolerating this in every area. And so you come to this door almost beaten down, head bloodied with the reality of what you saw yesterday. Some of you don't want to look at it, and yet today I ask you, give yourself permission to see it for what it is, the truth. And from that place, there is another truth that we are searching for. There is a truth in death to what is, and a truth in life to what could be. Today we're going to ultimately envision and leave today with critical decision number 2 executed. Courage to take a knee to the full and potent power of who you actually are. To give yourself permission to build measurable outcomes in the freedom maps across body, being, balance, and business that have you just over 12 months from today, by January 1st, 2024, living a life that is beyond comprehension. Before we get to the game of what's going to take in critical decision number 3 to pull that off, today we have to establish the gap. Today we have to establish this peak and this pit, the pit of where you are and the peak of where you've been called to go, the pit of what is and the peak of what can be, the pit of where the reality lies and the peak of where God is pushing you to see with your eyes. And we're going to do it together today. And we're going to cry together today. And we're going to be angry together today. And we're going to be happy together today. And by the time we get done with day number 2, have you make critical decision 2 and you give yourself permission to take a knee to what God has built inside of you and all of its possibility, to see the reality of the man you have been called to be, to see you wake up from simply standing as a man, but ultimately waging war as a warrior for the king inside of you. target. And you earned the right based on the work you did yesterday. And so today it's okay to smile. Because no matter how fucked up you think you are right now, it's just the foundation of a fiery future you're about to see today. My friend, today is day number 2. Today you make critical decision number 2. Today you take a knee to the vision that God has for you.
It's no secret that it takes a lot of courage, a lot of courage to go this. And I don't just say that in a patronizing way of like, of course it does, Jer. It really does, man. Like just seeing men step in to this place for the last 9 years, I've seen a lot of men come and go. And I've been one of those guys that came and went. I was rolling here for 5 years and then I left because I was in my own stubborn world of wanting to find freedom, and I had to leap and I had to take a knee to the voice. But what's funny is that it brought me back here because I valued the brotherhood. I valued the accountability. I valued an environment of authenticity that allowed me to just be fucking real with what was going on. And I took a knee. I took a knee to God. I took a knee to my life. I took a knee to my purpose. And I rose. And so just acknowledge you, man, for taking a knee. So on this page, there's going to be some directions for you to follow to revisit the work, to also prepare and get yourself in the right mindset inside of day number 2 of this warrior sprint, preparing you for the hot seat with Garrett. So you know what to do. So glad you enjoyed that. Thank you for taking a knee to yourself, your life, to God, to your family. And the good news is that you're not taking a knee alone, right? So you know what to do. Do the work that's on this page, and I will see you tomorrow in day 3 of your warrior pre-launch sprint.